You're a first year teacher, I need you to listen up, okay? I just left the classroom after 5 years to have my first baby and be with him. And I still think about teaching in the classroom almost every day. And today I was just thinking about what a unique experience it is to be a first year teacher, specifically first year. And I think I'm like reminiscing on that a lot right now because I'm a first time mom. So there's a lot of things that just feel new to me and feel like no matter how much research I did, some things you just don't know until you do them and until that experience comes. And so I'm just like thinking a lot about how being a first time mom compares to being a first year teacher, which are obviously two very different things. However, there's a lot of parallels and things in common. And I was just thinking about how when I was a first year teacher, I had gone through 4 years of undergrad, and I felt like I had done as much as I could have to learn the craft of teaching. And I still left every day, specifically at this point in the year, which is why I'm making this video right now and why I was thinking about this. Like this point in the year, I'm like a month in, a month and a half. Maybe you start later than we did and you're under a month in, but you have a little bit of time under your belt and like the newness has worn off. And like the excitement of like the first 2 weeks of school. And obviously you're still excited and you're still loving it, but the reality sets in, the curriculum sets in, the student behaviors set in, your just daily life and routines have kind of solidified a little bit more. And I know for me at this point, this is the point in the year where I was like, what am I doing? And why is everyone else around me amazing and I'm not? I just want you to know that if you're feeling like this, you're not alone. B, you are a great teacher, but this is just one of those things that you can't learn until you do. Undergrad does as good of a job as it can at teaching you how to be a teacher. But the reality is teaching is one of those professions where nothing mimics teaching except being a teacher and being the sole teacher of a classroom. Even student teaching and practicums do not actually mimic what it's like to be the person in charge of this group of students or this whole grade of students if you're an upper level teacher, and their data and their success and their behaviors. Nothing can mimic that except actually doing it. If you've hit that point in the year and you're really getting in your head, I want you to stop, take a breath, and reflect on, first of all the work, all the time, probably all the money you have put in to making your classroom an environment that is fit for the success of your students, and think about how much you have already done just in your short time as a teacher so far. I also want you to stop looking at everyone else. Obviously, you have to do a little bit of that. I got so much inspiration and learned so much from my teachers around me that I was working with. Look at them for guidance, but do not compare yourself to them, because even if they have one more year experience than you, that is so much in the world of teaching. Remind yourself that God placed you where you are, in that classroom, in that school, beside the teacher beside you, everywhere and everything about where you are there for a purpose, and you have the gifts and you have what it takes to be a teacher and to be an effective, great, loving, relationship-driven, all the things that you want to be as a teacher. You can do those things. Teaching is so hard. Give yourself so much grace.